remember seeing Georgia for the first time and I was like, a black girl.
Nothing's easy about adulthood at all.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited for this one. I'm happy and excited to have this special lady with me today. Introduce yourself.
Hi guys, so my name's Georgia. I am one of Charlene's friends, and I am also from the same area as she is. We met in secondary school. Just a little bit about me. I am a hairstylist. I have my own hair salon in, can we share our area?
Absolutely.
In Aylesbury, Buckinghamshire. So surrounding areas that are close to that is like Milton Keynes, Wickham,
Oxford,
yeah. Newton, Dunstable,
that's all of them.
Yeah. So so I specialise in natural hair, locks, braids, just hair care in general. That's just a little bit about me. I've been doing hair for the last 5 years, and I recently moved into my own salon this year, March. So we've been in the shop for like
5 months now.
5 months now. So
wow.
we are new, but yeah, we're settled, so it's good.
Oh wow, yeah, we've been there for 5 months.
Yeah, no,
that's amazing.
Time has literally like flown.
That's so
yeah,
cool.
It feels like I've been there for ages now. So yeah, it's good. Praise God.
Onwards and upwards.
Absolutely.
Honestly. And all the nice like braiding hairstyles is Georgia. she blesses my head, so I can bless you guys with inspo. So you mentioned we met in secondary school.
Yep.
So do you remember the day we met?
It was the day when I just joined sixth form, right?
Yeah. So because we went to school, not in Aylesbury actually, we went to school in Oxfordshire, and the school is predominantly white, like it's Caucasian. So I remember seeing Georgia for the first time and I was like, a black girl.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally, and then I remember the first day I was like, hi, how are you doing? I was so nervous though. I remember speaking to like Rashani and I was like, should I just go say hello? Because like we need to be a community.
Yeah, I'm right here. We need the support. We need togetherness.
Literally, and then that's how we met, because I spoke to her. And you were actually quite, I don't know if you were really shy then, or you just kind of like, you're already in a new environment. So the way I kind of came up to you was like, okay. But since then, we've, it's been a growing friendship. I mean, there's been times where we didn't speak. I wouldn't say that we stopped being friends, or we just grew apart.
Okay.
Do you get? Like, we didn't fall out, or we grew apart for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. How did you find that?
I think, should we say the question as well?
Yeah.
Just to bring that in.
We'll bring in the first question.
Yeah. So the first question is, what's the most unexpected lesson adulthood has taught you about friendships, family, or relationships? So just to go off the back end of what Charlene said, how we met in sixth form, and we were friends, like we were really close during that period of sixth form, and then we both went off to different unis, and I feel like we were still quite close. We'd still make the effort to meet up and talk, and we'd like visit each other. I don't think it actually came to my uni.
I would like a couple times, but you used to like travel out.
Okay.
More.
Well, I feel like I visited her more than she visited me, but it wasn't an issue because, to be fair, she was close to home. So if any case, I would go home. So yeah, I was based in London and she was based in Bedford. I didn't know you wanted to express that out to the world. Okay. Yeah, Luton, and I think I was more willing also to travel to different places. I feel like I just wanted to get out of the area. I feel like it was near to the end of
third year.
Yeah.
It was
so first and second year we were still like really
just meeting
connected.
Talking. Yeah. And even when we both came home, like we would literally be at each other's places like, all the time.
Definitely. And then I think the last year, that period, we kind of just drifted apart slightly. I don't think there was anything that was specific why it happened. Like there was no ill feelings towards both of us. But yeah, I think I noticed it more. And so I definitely brought it up to her at some point. And I don't think she saw it that way. I just felt like maybe she saw it as, oh, we just do on our journeys, doing different things and growing and adulting. And so like time for each other probably just wasn't the priority at that time. But I think during that period, it was like a wake up call in a sense, because I didn't have any like negative feelings to her. I was more so just at a loss, because I was like, oh, like what's just happened? Like I feel like, have I done something? Or yeah, like it was kind of like a confusing yeah, because we didn't really have any reason to drift apart specifically. It just happened. And I think that's what's so powerful about life, is that like when I say like friendships can be quite seasonal. And it could be for good reasons or bad reasons. In this case, there was no specific reason. Literally. But it just happened that we just went our own ways, and like we're just focused on ourselves. And I feel like we still kind of like would pop up to each other like on socials and stuff. We were doing stuff, and like Charlene's very much a person who likes to send words of encouragement, and like, you know, I feel like in like deep down she probably was thinking about me, and I definitely was thinking about her. So I think in itself that was quite powerful, that we still had that connection. But yeah, I want to fast forward to from how many years, like 5, did you say 5 years?
It was 5 years. It was from like because I went back to my Snapchat to see when it changed. I feel like it was just before COVID that we kind of drifted apart. And if I actually think about it, I don't actually know why. Because I feel like it was more on my part. Like I just kind of, even just like my family and even some of my friends, like some of the friends that I'm reconnecting with now, like I just kind of distance myself. And if you ask me why, I actually don't know why, but I think it was to, I don't know, like there's times where I'm like, why did I do that? Because honestly, like hearing you speak, in my mind it's like, but there's no reason for me to have just distanced myself. There was no reason for me to just grow away or be isolated from people. But I think at the same time, I also think if I did not grow up, I probably would have been a worse influence to everyone around me.
Understood.
Because I think like the state I was at the time, like I actually had to grow up. Like so much of the lessons that I've learned in those 5 years is to learn how to treat the people around me. And I feel like even though we were really, really close, I'm not gonna lie guys, I was a bad influence in the sense of like in uni. I was the one that was like, let's go party, let's go drinking, So I had to grow out of that to actually be a positive influence to the people around me.
And I think that's, sorry, just to interject, I think that's so like powerful, even though it was such an abrupt like separation, like where Charlene gone, like what's happening. And like obviously Charlene was friends with my friends, and they were like, oh, how's Charlene? I'm like, I don't know, we haven't spoken. So it's kind of like it was a very confusing time. But her saying that, it shows like that's such a grown thing to do anyways. Like you wanted to be better so that you could impact other people better, if that makes sense. You don't want to be, like you said, a bad influence. At the time, I didn't see her as a bad influence. I see myself as my own person. So I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'll allow her to do what she wants to do. So yeah, just hearing that, it kind of, I think it's beautiful in a sense. It was obviously like a like hard thing to grasp at the time, because I didn't see it like that. I saw it more as, oh, just gone our separate ways. But yeah, no, I think that's such a beautiful thing for yourself as well.
I mean, it wasn't something that I did intentionally, but it was because I just found myself just kind of like isolated, even though like, because in those 5 years I was active in the ministry and doing all these different things. I made many mistakes along the way, I won't even lie to you, because the journey of that was not perfect at all. But even in ministry, I found myself isolated a lot. Like I had people who were like friends and stuff like in church, but I found myself isolated even in that midst. Like I remember even telling my sister, like, I just feel like I don't have anybody. And even like my parents, like we were not really on the best of ground either, like my family. So I think it was just to grow, because it was just to grow, because that's how I see it. Like it was just a learning, like knowing how to just be different, and even in the mistakes as well, like some of the things you do that you're not proud of, you're ashamed of, but still you grow from them and you're like, do you know what, like never again. So I think us reconnecting was me actually like implementing the things that I learned on how to actually treat people and how to actually be a good friend and actually like walk with intentionality. So I feel like a lot of like us reconnecting and stuff, which is funny because it was end of last year. How we reconnected. It was end of last year. I just kept having dreams of Georgia, like dreams about her business, dreams about what she wants to do, dreams of us reconnecting. And it started from like November, December time last year. Okay. And so when I was messaging you, like words of encouragement then, is because I kept dreaming about you. Right. Okay. And so at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the year, I had this dream where we just like reconnected, and I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna just reach out, which was the message I sent before I came to see you. Okay. So when we were like, oh, we're gonna come back home, I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. Let me just come and see you. So when you were like, you're launching your shop, I was like, perfect. Yeah. But I wasn't able to make it that day. But I was like, let me just go and see her because God is kind of, aligning everything. Yeah. So since then, I don't plan to look back.
Yeah, it's been such a like beautiful reconnection, and I feel like we reconnected at a time where we kind of both need each other on our like journeys individually. Yeah.
And you've grown so much,
girl.
You've grown so much.
We've both grown. We've both grown. So yeah, no, it's been like such a beautiful reconnection, and I definitely see the fruits of our connection as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit about us and our disconnection, reconnection. But like in general, just to go over that question, I feel like relationships are like with friends are generally like seasonal, for sure. And I feel like it just depends on your journey, your goals, your faith. Sometimes you may drift away from them because maybe they're not aligned in that aspect, or your goals. You're gonna align or find people who you feel like are gonna bring you closer to your goals. And if the friends that you have now don't do that, then naturally you're just gonna drift apart. There's no negative, like
literally,
to that. It's just there's no like ill manner towards both parties. It's literally just way of life. So I think it's quite beautiful in a sense as well, because you're just showing your growth. You're as a person. You don't want to be around people who are just like bringing you down and just not on the same wavelength. It just doesn't make sense. And then do you want to touch on that family as well?
I think like you were saying, it's actually so important because even like in seasons as well, I think as an adult, family, you actually see the value of like having people around you. So I feel like when I was younger, like a teenager, it was just kind of like, because I think I was always kind of, I wouldn't say a rebellious child, but I always kind of wanted to live my life aside from what my parents wanted for me. And I had to, and now looking back, it's like I was trying to just be my own person, but without actually understanding the reason why my parents say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, which obviously is for my own growth and benefit. But like for me, it was like, you're just trying to stop me from growing up kind of thing. So, but now I look back and I'm like, my parents actually tried to like just shield me from the pains of the world. And I think as I actually understand the value of having them around, and even like up until like last year, we were not really seeing eye to eye on certain things, and I realized that I was so lost in that space that I was in of like this isolation and this fighting and battling with like my inner self, and not actually opening my heart to change and grow as a person. Like there was just a rift up between us and stuff, and then so many different things happen. And then I feel like God kind of, because me and my sister were living in London, so I feel like God made sure that we came home to build back up that relationship. And even being back home, like I've seen just how much my parents have changed. Like, because some of the things that we like, and Mum and Dad, I know you're gonna watch this, sorry. Well, seeing how much like the things that we used to disagree on, we now actually, instead of it blowing up, it's more of a conversation. And I actually value that more, because before it was just like blow for blow for blow for blow. But now we're actually having a conversation, and we're actually like building on that, and just seeing how they've grown as people. Like because I feel like sometimes even though absence does allow you to realize certain things, I feel like sometimes you take for granted. I feel like I took for granted just their presence in my life. Yeah, and I'm learning that you don't always have to pull away from people to build on what you have.
Yeah.
You, even though it may not be going your way, don't let it get to a place where it's bad before it becomes good. Build on, like, have the conversations, the hard conversations and stuff, and build on that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm also learning as an adult, is having hard conversations with the people that you love. Because I feel like sometimes it's hard to have a difficult conversation because you don't want to rock the boat. But if you don't rock the boat, you will never actually see the calm in the storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Well, just to add on to that, I feel like I think probably the hardest lesson is actually seeing, people that you were close to, and like, I guess, like, for me, I really do love my family.
Yeah.
And so I think me growing up, I've learnt to love them, whether they've done good or bad. And I think for me, it's hard when I don't see that energy reciprocated. So now, there was a season where I kind of like didn't hold any expectations for my family. I felt like maybe even my friends were closer than me than like some members of my family who I expected to, put in that effort to show love, to show up for me. But yeah, I feel like the hard truth sometimes is actually your family may not show up for you the way that you want to. So I think me recognizing that has now allowed me to not put that expectation on them. I love my family, but I'm never gonna hold that against them, because if anything, that's gonna hurt me. I'm gonna have these negative thoughts and feelings towards them, like, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you been there? Or know. So giving it to God, if I'm being honest, so that I can have peace in my heart, and show up how I feel like I would want to be shown up for. But yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're coming from in terms of like distancing yourself. And I feel like for you it was more of just figuring out who you are as a person and like how you want to live, and then bringing that together with your family. And I guess it is that whole sheltered thing. You do want to, I think any child is quite rebellious though,
in
over
a sense,
time. Like, you're just like, I've grown up now, I'm like an adult, I'm 18, I can walk, I can get on the bus, I don't need you to be hovering over me, calling me every minute. I think that is very powerful, because your parents can call you at a very pivotal time, which could turn bad or good. So yeah, don't take your parents for granted at all, even if you do feel like sometimes they can be overbearing. But yeah, no, I feel like we always recognise that when we're older, when we go through and reflect on how wild we were acting and the stupid mistakes we were making. But yeah, no, it's life, isn't it? I feel like we have to sometimes go through it to really learn what they're talking about,
what they're saying. Because I feel like if me and Charmaine hadn't lived independently, we wouldn't have really understood. You have to sometimes feel the pain to understand where they're coming from.
Absolutely.
And like, if you don't understand it from what your people are saying to you, you will eventually find out in the process by yourself. So it is really amazing what adulting can do. Literally. What's one thing you thought would be easy about adulthood but turned out to be way harder than you imagined?
Okay, so when I initially heard this question, I was just kind of confused, because I felt like nothing's easy about adulthood at all. But then I actually realised one struggle I had was like being physically fit.
Really?
Yeah. Because like naturally I'm quite petite, small. Now I've gotten a bit older, I have put on a bit of weight. But now that I put on the bit of weight, I feel the weight, and then I feel out of breath, and I feel like my body doesn't reflect how I feel. So yeah,
I can feel that. I can resonate so much.
So yeah, I feel like just that balance of, even though we look good, we need to also put in the work. So from the food to the workouts, and I'm not talking about just lifting weights, but also like putting some cardio in. I'm very much that person who cut out cardio because I wanted to keep the weight. I wanted to have some meat on me, and I used to be a person who would lose weight really quickly, so I felt like the cardio would just ruin the whole
I hear that
whole thing for me. So but now no, I'm not huffing and puffing up the stairs to have the weight on me. Like, it's just not worth it. So yeah, just having that balance as you get older, like your metabolism slows down, like your body just changes. So yeah, just incorporating more healthy habits like that.
That's a good one.
Without putting away the aesthetic of how you look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I would like that's a good one. Physical, because you when you get older, your metabolism slows down. Nah, man.
Yeah.
That huffing and puffing, nah, man.
And I want to tell you, like, from a perspective of someone who is petite, quite small, you will naturally gain that weight over time. Don't force it. I feel like influencers and social media definitely, like, you'll see all these bodies and these young girls looking the way that they look.
Yeah.
But you will naturally acquire that as you get older. So don't rush into trying to, use that Peterman and eating all these foods. Just your body will naturally accumulate that weight and it will sit in all the right places. So don't rush it.
That is a good one. Physical. Yeah. I actually resonate with that one for real. That I thought would be easy, but it's not. Is independency. Because I felt like, because as a child I always wanted to grow up, and like I had like older cousins and stuff, so I wanted to like be grown, like be have that independency. I grew up quite sheltered. My parents, although like there's some things that I did as a child, like trips and school trips and stuff like that, but like, and obviously like visiting family, friends and stuff, but I feel like quite sheltered from actually being able to do what my friends were doing and stuff like that. And like obviously when I became a teenager, I feel like it was more so, because obviously as a child you're more innocent, but as a teenager it was more so like being more sheltered and stuff. And obviously like my friends had a little bit more freedom than I did. And I just wanted to be like independent and kind of do my own thing. So, but now it's like having gone through that independency, like living by yourself, taking care of yourself, like I'm like, whoa, it's okay. Like you have to be literally responsible for every single thing that you do, from like your housing, looking after your house, from clean. I mean, obviously it's a standard, like to clean and stuff and cook and whatnot. But like just from like, if you forget to eat, that's your own business. No one's gonna come and cook for you.
Or you're gonna have to spend the money.
No
one wants to spend the money.
Literally.
It adds up.
Literally, or if you're sick, you book your own doctor's appointment. Your mom's gonna come knock on your door and be like, you have a doctor's appointment at 8:00. Nah. Dentist appointment, everything. Changing your addresses and stuff, like your bank details, your provisional license. Like no one's gonna do that for you. You have to do it by yourself. And I feel like independency, it really teaches you that, in this life, if you don't look after yourself, no one will look after you.
Honestly.
As an adult, like no one will look. If you don't brush your hair, your mom's not gonna come and do your hair.
I feel like there's standards, standards.
But like if you're having a bad day, you just can't be bothered. But when you're a child, like you could be sad. Oh, your mom will be like, come, let me do your hair. I will just,
Okay.
But like now, if you don't brush your hair, you have to deal with that. Like nobody's gonna do it for you. You're an adult, so what you're expected to do is look after yourself.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And show up even when you don't feel like it.
Yep, absolutely. I think for me, Charlene's one, I never wanted independence like that. I never wanted independence like that. I feel like I'm probably the opposite. I quite like to be told what to do, to be led.
Okay.
Because I feel like I would always be in the right position. I never wanted to do anything wrong.
Okay.
So for me, I was like, there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
Show me how to do this. Where should I go? Where should I not go? How do I do this?
Yeah.
So I very much valued having people be responsible for me.
Yeah, I hear that. Okay.
When you come home from school and you're hungry, like I really valued the food that was already prepared on the stove. I didn't have to now, what I'm doing now, think, oh, I'm home. I don't even have any food out of the freezer to cook. Like, it's not the one. It's really not the one.
Absolutely. It's like when I'll just share something, because honestly, I hear that so much. Because being home, I'm like, wow, thank you, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Light is on, there's hot water, The last place we Charmaine lived at, it was one of those ones like where you have to like top up the hot water, you have to top up the electricity.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of times we sat in the cold, you would think that something's happened, honestly. But we didn't tell anybody, even our parents, we didn't say nothing. But the amount of times we would literally and it would be in the winter time.
No.
Literally, you would have like a blow heater. So you have to top up and stuff, but sometimes there'll be days where you don't have. So we would literally like have to like sit in the cold sometimes, or like boil water and stuff like that. And I feel like it really kind of wakes you up. Yeah, like, whoa, this is actually the real world.
Yeah.
For real. But I feel like even like being home, there's that consideration of like the light, switch it off, hot water, how much you're using, because of experiences like that. Because you're thinking, hey, these people
we have lights.
We have lights. But can you imagine the coincidence? It's crazy. Because I was just talking about how we don't have light. And it went out.
Thank you, Jesus.
Honestly, that was a practical example.
Honestly.
But yeah, so now it's like you're considering the fact that like it actually needs to be paid for, so you just
it is money, man.
It for real.
Which adult responsibility do you find the hardest to stay consistent with? And examples are like bills, cleaning, meal planning, whatever you. So what do you have in your mind?
Sometimes just keeping on top of everything.
Yeah.
Because like you literally have to keep on top of it. Like you are your own personal assistant.
Yeah.
And like if you don't keep on top, like if you forget things, it's like, whoa, why did I forget that? What's going on? Like
it affects like your whole
everything, literally. Like from work, you have to remember like all the information that work is telling you. You have to remember like to eat. You have to remember to look after yourself, to work out, like you were saying. You have to remember like I need to wash my clothes, I need to dry them, I need to what am I gonna be doing this day? What am I gonna be doing that day? And obviously like if you factor in like even looking after your family, like you also have to consider like the people around you as well, because sometimes you want to just be on your own and isolate and stuff, but the people around you are actually looking at you for your positivity to draw from. So I feel like there's this expectation that you have to be in a certain mindset, and because like I'm the eldest girl, like and the eldest child, I feel like I've realised that as much as I want to run from being responsible, I can't, because like my sisters are looking at me like, what's going on? Like, where do we go? What do we do? Even though they're kind of independent in their own way, but there's still that kind of codependency. Like, what do I do now?
They're looking up to you,
Yeah, and they're also asking for like advice and stuff or whatnot. Yeah. And like even when I like, because I think it was like, even like making sure they're okay, and like since working, like paying things for them, making sure they're fine, making sure they're okay. And I feel like I realized I actually like doing that. I like making sure that they're good, they're fine, they're in a well, because I don't have older siblings, so I want to be the older sibling that I didn't have. So making sure they're fine, like, and like they're well taken care of. If they need anything, I'm here, kind of thing. Yeah. So like I think in that sense, sometimes it gets, because the other day I was actually overwhelmed, like, oh wow, like you actually have to always be the strong one, even when you don't want to be. And sometimes you may want to be weak, but in your weakness, that's where people are looking to you for strength. And I feel like, yeah, just being able to look after yourself for me sometimes is a really challenging and hard time.
Yeah, I resonate with that fully, wholeheartedly. I think one thing that I probably struggle with is just, I think similar to what you said, the balance of life, like, just social life and work life and health. Yeah. Most of the time it's, my work, my business takes over everything. There's no health, there's no social life. So I find, having a nice balance between all of them, something difficult that I remain consistent with. But I also have learnt now that there's different seasons of that. So there might be a season where I have to just grind, figure out a way to make it so that I can have that balance. Yeah. That's the only reason why I'm grinding that much, is to create that space so I can have a balance of social life, health, wellness, just a break from even working. I feel like I think consistency is a difficult one in general, because it depends on what season of life you are. Yeah. If you were like well paid and whatever, I feel like you could just do whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But because we have responsibilities and we have to work, and I feel like it makes consistency quite hard, especially when you're trying to look after yourself. But yeah, no, it's life. It's adulthood, and I think it builds character. I think that's what is good about these challenges of life, is that we get to grow through them. We get to problem solve.
Yeah.
We get to, lean on other people, even when you are at your lowest. Like, there's nothing wrong with reaching out and like not doing it alone, because I feel like a lot of us, we feel like we have to do everything by ourselves, but actually life is about being with people and growing with people.
That's true.
And just being open, obviously to people that you feel comfortable with. But
I do have a question though. One more question that came to mind. What would you tell your younger self?
Okay. To not put too much pressure on yourself. I feel like for me personally, I'm very much a person who wants to just be perfect and do everything right. But that pressure can really just take a toll on your mental health. So get things wrong, make mistakes, learn from them, and get back on the road to recovery. And just looking after yourself. Like, we only have one body, we only have one mind. We don't want to be drilling ourselves into the ground to the point where we can't even live the life that God has blessed us with. So, there will be seasons of pressure, but also not allowing that pressure to take over our lives. Is one thing that I will encourage myself, and to walk out in boldness and confidence.
Okay.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
I feel like we all need it.
Okay.
We need to walk out in confidence and boldness, even in fearful situations. Otherwise, we're never going to live.
True.
We have so much potential in us. And fear, anxiety.
I hear that. Walking boldness.
Yeah,
no, that one
has us in a chokehold most of the time. So even today, coming on with Charlene, I feel like this is like a big step for me. I don't really like speaking. I like talking to people, but just coming on camera, being your authentic self, being open, and just allowing whatever to come out your mouth,
literally,
is very, very like people will judge you, and like all these negative thoughts come into your mind. But I think it's just nice to be able to open up, be transparent, have a platform to feel like actually I have something valuable to share as well, like not undermining yourself and your knowledge.
I hear that.
So no,
I hear that. And subscribe to Hair Savant UK, by the way.
Yes, please, guys.
Videos will be coming out on the YouTube channel. Okay, what would I say to my younger self? I would say, take care of yourself, love yourself, protect your peace. I say that because I think as a child, I think I am still like that now. I tend to kind of open my heart to like everybody and try to accommodate like every kind of personality, and even not even just in the bad way, but even just like, because I realize it's at work, like I try to just be nice to everybody, and as a child it was even double that. So just protect yourself, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and also don't be so quick to grow up, because just be happy to be a child, be happy to just go through the process that you're in right now. Definitely. That's the big one. Just be a child, be happy to be in those in that space, in that season of your life. That's what I would tell my younger self.
Absolutely. Don't rush to grow up. Literally, you will learn. You want to now grow down.
I'm telling you, grow down for real, because we're 26, so we look back and we're like, oh, like, man. So when people say we look like 20, 19, 18, I'm like, let's keep it that way. It's crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. And thank you, Georgia, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Inviting me on your platform.
You're welcome. You'll be here more. There will be more, more to come. And also hope to have other like guests and stuff on this channel to actually discuss like different topics. Just spice it up a little bit. Yeah. I was just gonna close in prayer. May you kindly close us in prayer, please?
No problem. Thank you, Lord, for this time where we've just been able to just open up our hearts. Thank you, Lord, for this time of reflection. Lord, I pray that you continue to just minister through us so that we can minister to everyone else that is watching, Lord. May it bless them, may it encourage them, may it inspire them, Lord, and may it make them feel like they've been heard, or that they can relate to what we have discussed. Lord, I just thank you again that we have a voice to speak on our experiences, And I just pray, Lord, that we continue to just have the boldness and the confidence to share our stories and our experiences so that we can bless those that hear us, that watch us. In the mighty name of Jesus, I prayed.
Amen. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.
Take care.